Hey, hey, Libra, and happy birthday to my October Libras. Happy solar return, as it is known astrologically. So, before we start, two things. First, channeled message from Spirit. No, first, we're going to talk about your solar return, then we're going to talk about your channeled message. So, Libra, your solar return is in astrology. It just means the sun is back to the exact position where it was on the day you were born. So obviously the closer you can get to your birthday to celebrate this, the better. But if you missed your birthday, don't worry about it. The sun is still in Libra. Now is the time. Your solar return is like your personal new year. Like, yes, January 1st is all well and good to be like, this is what I want, and this is what I want to manifest, this is what I don't want to do, etc., etc. But this is the most potent time for Libras and Libra rising people especially. This is the most potent fucking time to set your intentions, whether they be to start something, to cultivate something, or to cull something. Which brings me to your channeled message. So I sit here for a little bit, kind of getting with your people and tuning in and to hear anything basically channeled before we jump into your cards. And Spirit showed me this image of a really beautiful, like moon-shaped crescent silver sickle. So I don't know if the death card is going to show up in your cards, but they were telling me that there's a reaping. And makes sense. It's the harvest season. It's the season where, we dig the stuff up out of the ground, what we reap, we sow. But I'm getting the feeling that there's a little bit of culling to do. Like, what am I finished with? Again, it's your solar return, which happens to be a really potent time to do that. Like, is this serving my growth? Doesn't mean like, is this fun? Do I like this necessarily? Sometimes it is fun and we like it, but it's still not serving our growth. Or sometimes it's the opposite. And it's like, I hate this and it's not serving my growth. Why am I doing this? Hopefully it'll be that easy for a lot of us. But okay. So we're going to keep that sickle in mind. We're going to keep the harvest and the culling, the clearing out, the elimination of what is no longer needed, the composting, right? Okay, now let's get into your cards. Let's see how this plays in. Love it. Wow. Okay. Feeling powerful this month, Libra. If a little overwhelmed. Oof, classic Libra. We're going to talk about it. And I'm going to grab one more, Libra. Bear with me. I want to see what Spirit wants us to know about that Two of Swords. Spirit, what do you want Libra to know? Oh, all right. Well, that was easy. Okay. Let's get into it. Libra. Okay. So, center of your spread, powerful card, the Ace of Wands, inspiration, clarity, insight, the spark of a great idea, the spark of great passion, the spark of something really exciting is beginning in October. For a lot of you, I feel like this is related to a project. Like, when Spirit was talking about culling, and then I see the Ace of Wands at the center of your reading and the Ten of Wands, the card of like overwhelm, and this is entirely too much, and this is like, it's tapping me out. Spirit is asking you to make sure that you don't burn yourself the fuck out. That your fire has the room, the oxygen to keep burning. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we pile up 10 of these freaking wands and set the whole thing ablaze, we might suck all the oxygen out of the room. It is time to go within. We don't have the Death card, but we do have the Hermit card sitting in that hidden or unconscious part of your reading. A little self-inventory. A little bit of, what am I taking on, and how much of it do I need to keep taking on, and how much of it is just stressing me out, weighing me down, obscuring my vision. And that's what they're saying. Like, obscuring my vision of the goal or of the outcome or just of life. Like, I'm so hemmed in and stressed out and under pressure that I can't see things for what they are. And now Spirit is totally playing Under Pressure. David Bowie and Queen. Highly recommend. Probably going to do a dance party after this to dispel this because I'm being a Libra sun myself. Feel free to join me. So, like I said, you have the Hermit, which is look within, which is trust yourself, seek yourself. And for a Libra, that can be difficult. For a Libra, we like to look in the mirror of the other person, which is also extremely useful. But there are some times when Spirit is like, yes, look in the mirror of your relationships. And then there's some times when they're like, seek your own wisdom, seek your own counsel. Don't worry, though, there's plenty of love and plenty of relationship foretold in your reading. You have the Knight of Cups in your past, the suitor card, the romance card, the sweet messenger. And then you have the Six of Cups sitting in the present moment or where you find yourself. A little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of looking at the past, maybe looking at that Knight of Cups. Maybe some of you are a little confused, a little stressed out about what to do with your Knight of Cups, especially if you identify with that Queen of Swords, which is literally the Libra card, right? Queen of Air. That Queen of Swords is crossing your reading. So that is saying, what do you have going for you right now? Sharp, 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 sharp mind. Great communication skills. But also, the Queen of Swords happens to be, she's sometimes called the widower card. I'm sorry, the widow card. Or the wounded woman. The queen who got to where she is because she took a few slices along the way. So she got whip fucking smart. And part of her, the queen is like best defense is a good offense, but I love a great defense too. And you might get a little too defensive this month. You might stray a little too hard in that direction, and it might not be the best for you. There's a difference, a mighty difference between the Hermit, self-reflection. You also have the High Priestess here sitting in the key/conclusion position of trust your intuition, listen to yourself. And then the Two of Swords that is sitting in your future. Now this is not, I'm in my soul, I'm in my intuition. This is, I'm in my head. This is, I don't want to make the wrong decision. So I kind of just want to shut my eyes and plug my ears and no, I don't hear any of this. I don't need to make a move. I'm fine just like this. I'm fine just like this. But you're not. And you know that just increases like that sense of anxiety if I stalemate myself and I don't move. And there is some part of me deep inside that is going, this doesn't feel right. Or like, I don't think we should be here. Or I think we should make a new decision. Or I think we should go that way. And we're not doing it because we're desperate to make the right decision. Libra, right? We're famous for this, like indecisive. I don't want to make the wrong one. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to go too soon. I don't want to go too late. Ooh, better just not. You are being asked to transform that Two of Swords stuck in my head energy to the Two of Pentacles energy. I'm going to balance this. I'm going to make sense of this. I'm going to figure it out. You're taking it from the intangible. Some of you might have strong Virgo placements because they're giving me some similar messages here. You got to take this out of your brain and to the earth, right? So again, you rule the air element. Queen of Swords, you're great at this stuff, but you may have come to a point where you're working on the defensive a little bit too much. And you can transform this. And I'm also hearing like you can also transform yourself by bringing it to the earthly plane. And one really simple way to do that is like, if all of these thoughts are troubling me, or I can't sort these thoughts out and I can't make sense of which argument I'm supposed to actually, like which one makes sense, which side of this is correct. Or, spoiler alert, is there an answer that is somewhere in the braiding of these two warring sides? You know what I mean? That's also your gift, Libra, is to be able to knit things back together that are disparate. To say, no, you know what, this can be true and this can be true. I can hold both of these truths. They can even conflict, but I can hold that they're both still true. Know what I'm saying? But one way to bring all of those crazy the staticky thoughts down to earth, where you can actually sort them out very literally. That's what Spirit is saying. So some of you might be like, it might end up being like pros and cons, but it's like, make a list, write things down, whether it's this is bothering me, this is bothering me, this is bothering me, or I don't know what to do, like about this, or these are the top 3 things that are fucking my shit up right now, and like these are the top 3 ones I got to get off my back. Whatever method, whatever strategy I employ to do that, these are the things that I need to sort out. These are the things that are out of balance in my life and that need to be brought back in. Libra, balance, right? Write it down. Plan it out. There is also some good work to be done around like gentle changes to your finances. It feels gentle. Doesn't feel like, oh my God, you know, I win the lottery this month, but it also doesn't feel like, oh no, I'm without. It feels like it's a good month to shift things around in your life until you feel like you're in the new balance. Okay? What happens when you bring those thoughts into order? First, maybe it starts on paper, and then it's like, okay, now that I have on paper, looking at the pros and the cons of this person or this job or this situation that I find myself in, it's a lot easier for me to go, you know what? I think this is what I need to do. But I'm not just going to think it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to go within. Maybe I'm going to meditate. Maybe I'm going to get a tarot reading, right? Hermit, high priestess. Consult your intuition or the intuition of someone nearby who you consider to be like an authority on this kind of thing. They can help you sort this out. Sometimes it helps when somebody has no idea who you are or who the people involved are, but they've just got that third party perspective from spirit. Like, hey, you know, I can help you see this from a much higher place so you can make sense of things. It's not like myopic. It's not like I'm down in the fucking fray and therefore I can't see 2 feet in front of my face because I'm too busy just trying to like deal with these 10 wands that are all coming at me that I have to like address all of these things. Know what I'm saying? So doing a little bit of getting out of my head, not going to follow these thoughts. I'm going to listen to my body, listen to my intuition, listen to my heart when I think about these things. All the logic in the world right now isn't going to do it. That's their point. Like, you can think about it, you can argue it, you can sort it out, you can pros and cons. And that part is helpful because it's like, at least we're getting it out of our head and down to earth where we can make some sense of it. And where our brain isn't having this subconscious message of like, I can't forget this, I can't forget this, I can't forget this. Like when we write something down, our brain knows, oh, I won't forget this now. It's written down and maybe we can fucking start thinking about something else. Just saying. Okay, so as I was starting to say, what happens when we do that? We do a little morphing of stepping from the Queen of Swords, you know, warrior queen, communicator queen, to our Queen of Wands position. Warm, generous, charming, a natural leader, charismatic, the Libra, right? Where people want to be close to you because you're so warm and you want to see other people succeed. That's when you're at your best, okay? So you might need to cull a few things, chop a few things off your list so that you can feel at your best and then help other people do the same. It's one of your wonderful gifts. You have 2 aces here. Ace of Wands at the center, and then in the position of what is around you, what is available to you, the Ace of Swords. I feel like there's some clearing the air happening this month, and it may be happening between you and that Knight of Cups from your past, because that 6 of Cups, that's a reunion card, that's an old friends or old lovers coming back together card. So if you need to clear the air with this person and you feel that you need to reach out, whether they be old friend, old lover, whatever, I would do that when you feel like you've stepped into your Queen of Wands place of like, I feel powerful, I feel warm, I feel content within myself. And I know what my truth is, so I feel very comfortable saying it. Not because I feel like I have to have my sword out, like out front, Queen of Swords style, like, you're not gonna fuck me up, kid. Like, not like that, but like, you know, I really know what I want, and as wonderful as you are, this is not what I want, you know? And I wish you the best, and I wish me the best, and may we both get exactly what we want. Mwah! That kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So much more powerful than like, fuck you, I'm gonna cut you off before you can hurt me. You know? Something to consider. I picked up the world earlier and showed you. and that is sitting in the potential position. The World is the ultimate, literally, it's the final card in the major arcana. It's the ultimate card for accomplishment, for a feeling of like, I get it. Oh my God, I get it. Like epiphany, I've done it. Eureka. That's what Spirit is saying now, like Eureka, like, which makes total sense with the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. Like, oh my God, it makes sense. It makes sense. And Spirit says that when it makes sense, it just becomes so much easier to do the right thing. The right thing just meaning what is right for you, okay? There's no divine spankings and judgments being handed out. It's like what resonates with me and what doesn't resonate with me. And give yourself a little room to actually, this is what they're saying, okay, Libra? You might sometimes make the mistake of trying to dance to somebody else's music. You need to hear your own. And you need to dance to your own. Then you're in your natural element. Then you are in resonance with yourself. When we do things that are out of resonance with ourselves, it makes us feel like we as a being are confused. When really it's no, just this one thing is not in alignment with me. It's not that I'm nuts, it's that this is not in alignment with me. But I didn't want to look at that because I was scared, Two of Swords. But I'm going to go ahead and look at it because I know that if this is a part of my life, well then by virtue of it being a part of my life, it is not my whole life. And I'm okay. I'm going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? You're stepping into a much greater position of power, and like, this is weird. Like, I only say weird because like I've never heard it quite this way, but Spirit is saying like, power and popularity. Makes sense considering it's your solar return, but that's what they're saying about that Queen of Wands. It's like, I feel like you are ending up so empowered and so much like more of yourself. I feel like you're prouder of yourself. I feel like you resonate with yourself. I feel like you're enacting thoughts and projects and conversations that are like, whew, that felt good. Wow, I think I'm onto something. That's what they said, and I just got like the biggest, craziest chill up my back when they said that. So step into your power, Libra. Now's the time. Solar return. I love it. You got questions, Libra? You got comments? You have advice for your fellow Libras or stories to tell? I would love to hear them. As always, thank you so much for spending the time with me. I appreciate you. If you ever want a personal, like a much more one-on-one reading, my info is linked below. Or if you want to support the channel in any way and get some freebies, my Patreon is also linked below. I appreciate you, Libra. I hope this really helps you have a more enjoyable month. Happy birthday again to October Libras. And if I don't see you in a video before then, I hope I see you in November's reading. Bye, Libra.